Hi, this is Cherie with Rehash Fiber. Today I want to talk to you about buying your first fleece. Only you will know when you're ready. If you're a spinner and you haven't done so yet, there may come a day when you feel like you want to take on this adventure of a project. And that's what happened to me. I had been spinning a variety of different fur from cat and dog hair. Friends had given me some alpaca, and I had gotten other fibers. But when my kids went off to college, I had all this time, and I knew that I wanted to take on the task of learning how to do it from fleece to garment, which, by the way, is really fun to tell people. When they say, "You do what?" I go, "Yeah, I'm a fiber artist. I take it fleece to garment." They're like, "Oh, how do you know how to do all that stuff?" And you just learn it as you go. Okay, so if you want to get your first fleece, here's a couple of ways to do it. And there's probably many ways. You may know of local farms in your area that sell wool or alpaca. You can look that up on the internet. On Facebook, there are Facebook groups. This brings the whole world a lot closer together. On Facebook, there is a group called Fleece and Fiber for Sale. And that is where I found my first fleece. Now, I did not know anything about Dorset horn. Not really. I knew it wasn't the softest, but I didn't really know anything more than that. And I went ahead and bought 6 pounds. I would not ever recommend buying that much of one thing when you're starting. Start with a pound or even less. That way you can figure out what you like and what you don't like. 6 pounds was a huge task to take on, and it wasn't that soft, and it spun very chunky. I still had a lot of fun. I learned the process, and I made it all up, dyed it, and have used it in a lot of projects. Another place you can get fleece is a fiber festival, and this is very hands-on shopping. So you can see what you're getting, touch it, touch samples, possibly talk to the owners of the sheep, and that's a good way to do it. So once you have your fleece at home in your possession, you have some options, and you can do it in any order you like. There is the first option called spinning from the grease. It is when you take the fleece that has come straight from the sheep and you start spinning with it. If that's what you like to do, great. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not quite sure why people do it, but it's okay. It's just my fleece smelled like a barn of animals. So even when I was working with it in my living room, picking out the vegetable matter, my husband was like, "Okay, that stinks." And so if you want to spin from the grease, you're going to be spinning through the lanolin, through the dirt, through the vegetable matter, and you're going to be making yarn. You then will clean your yarn later in the sink. So that's your choice. Here's the steps I would recommend. When you get your dirty fleece, I would pick out the vegetable matter, which is for short, VM. You want to be over a trash can, and you want to go through it, and you want to pick the dirt out. And sometimes just by doing this, you can hear it falling into the trash can. And then you save it aside. That can be time consuming. You can do it outside while you're enjoying your time outdoors and just let it fall on the ground. Or I set up a station while I was watching TV. I put a painter's tarp down on the floor, and then I had a big trash can, and I just picked out 6 pounds of Dorset horn fleece, not all at one time, until it was clean of vegetable matter. Then comes the washing. Now, I do have videos on these side things, so I don't have to go into great depth, and I will include them at the end of this video. You can do washing in your utility sink, and I show you how to do that with Unicorn Power Scour or other soap that is good for wool and alpaca. And if that is how you choose to do it in the sink, you may have to do that a few times to get it clean. Then you just dry it on any drying rack that would be good for drying sweaters. Another method is the Sewint method, where you take the dirty fleece, you put it into the tub of rainwater and cover that for a couple of weeks. Let the bacteria that's already in the dirt that's in the fleece eat the dirt off of the fleece. It's a whole fermented cleaning method. It's great. After you've chosen to do any of those ways of cleaning it, it might be kind of clumpy after drying again. So then you're going to want to just kind of fluff it. This is what I like to do to make the next step a little bit easier. And this is all very pleasant. If you love spinning and working with fiber, then it's just a pleasure to actually play with a fiber that comes right off the animal. So you can just do this, make a nice fluffy cloud, and get it ready for the next step. Once your fleece is clean and the vegetable matter has been picked out, then you want to get it prepped for spinning. And that is getting all the fibers lined up in a row and ready to make the spinning process go smoothly. There's a variety of ways to do it, and sometimes it just depends on what you like to do, and some of it depends on the effect you want in the fiber you're going to spin, and the other just depends sometimes on the fiber itself. So I'm going to introduce you to each of these things. These are probably the most affordable out of everything. These are your hand carders. You can make roll eggs from these. This is the blending board. You can use it for solid color, or if you want to blend different colors of fiber together. The fiber goes on this, you brush it on and you blend it like so. You can put more layers on, blend it, and then you use the brush to get it picked off, and you can roll it into a nice roll egg. These are English paddle combs. They look like medieval torture devices, but this is how you will comb through fiber, get it nice and smooth and ready to spin. Here's the Mac Daddy of fun. As you can see, I have fiber on it at this moment, ready for the next project. This is a drum carder. This is a manual hand drum carder. I love this. I take and I kind of fluff the fiber a little, put it on the tray, spin it in, the combs, get it all nice and in order, and it gives you this nice bat to spin from. So these are the different ways you can prep your fiber for spinning. I do have individual videos on how to use each one. So good luck buying your first fleece. Happy cleaning, prepping, and spinning. Thanks for watching.